Point is one of the liveliest villages on the island, with nearby beaches and the hub of the island's nightlife. This week we have a treat for you. We are taking you on a journey through the area from the A&R Robinson International Airport to the Tobago Beach facility. Stay with us to see what happens next. I'm Davia Chambers, and Let's Talk Tobago starts now. This week, some insight on public-private partnership. Tobago athletes medal at Carifta 2016, and later, the highlights from Mount Pleasant Sports and Family Day, as well as Buku Goat and Crab Race. These stories and more when Let's Talk Tobago continues.
Sit Tobago, ready to provide your community with the highest degree of professional services in emergency response. Contact SIT Mariah at 660-0065 or SIT Speyside at 660-6096. SIT 24-hour services, emergencies, medical or other. SIT Pro, the new face of emergency management.
This airport was commissioned in 1940 and was called the Crown Point International Airport. On May 9, 2011, it was renamed the A&R Robinson International Airport in tribute to Tobago's son, Arthur Napoleon Raymond Robinson, who is the only person to have held 3 of the highest offices in the country: Prime Minister, President, and Chairman of the Tobago House of Assembly. Now, the collaboration between the Tobago House of Assembly and the High Commission of Canada led to the development and implementation of the public-private partnership model on the island. Caroline Wallace has all the details in this story.
The Tobago House of Assembly is using the public-private partnership model to fund development projects in Tobago. And now, project implementation personnel within the Tobago House of Assembly have the knowledge to identify successful public-private partnership projects. This was made possible through a collaborative effort between the Assembly and the High Commission of Canada to Trinidad and Tobago. They learned to assess a project's suitability and how to screen for effectiveness. They also learned about key control mechanism and procurement-related issues.
There's requirements around design and construction. Those are often referred to as the design and construction output specifications or the technical requirements. That's what you want to have them build for you initially. And it's less around dictating every single, every little bit of the project to the smallest minutia about what you want in your facility. It's more of an output. We call it an output-based requirement.
Over 20 representatives of the THA now understand what it takes to have successful public-private partnership projects.
We believe Canada's success has hinged on several key elements. First, committed government. Government, whatever the political party, are committed to P3s in Canada for a long time. Strong legal framework. Value for money. Strong financial markets, public sector expertise.
The partnership is one that the Secretary of Finance and Enterprise Development, Joel Jack, supports. He says the PPP's model is highly effective in ensuring opportunities are exploited to continue Tobago's development.
Public-private partnerships is a modality that we will indeed explore. Public-private partnerships provide a unique opportunity for collaboration between the Tobago House of Assembly and the private sector by allowing government to capitalize on the strengths of both the public system and the market solution while mitigating many of the risks, be they financial, political, environmental, social, or operational.
The 2-day workshop also tested the group's ability to evaluate public sector projects for application of the PPP's approach. I'm Caroline Wallace for Let's Talk Tobago.
The A&R Robinson International Airport is in close proximity to many of the island's hotels, guest houses, and restaurants. So don't you feel proud knowing that you legally own the place you call home? This report gives some details on a few lucky persons who went from squatter status to landowners with a lot of help from the THA. Here's more.
They came in as occupiers of land at Adelphi Estate, Mason Hall. In one case, as long as 50 years. They left as landowners, as the Tobago House of Assembly distributed more leases to residents.
We're focusing right now on delivering as many titles as possible. We are aware of the importance of this to each and every one of you. And so basically this is a part of a process that presently we are aggressively pursuing.
It's a move that will benefit all recipients. They now have legal tenure and the comfort of owning property. They can also seek funding from any financial institution.
It gives you the ability to make some meaningful contribution or to the life of yourself and life of your generations to come. That being said, I'd like to ask you all to use the property to the best use possible and make full use of it.
For the recipients, the leases are life-changing.
All of us here, I think, is from Mason Hall, living on the Adelphi land there for many, many years. You know, we didn't know how we stand, where we go, and we come in. We don't even know the owner of the land, you know. And we are so thankful this morning, and thanks to Chief again and the House Assembly this month for receiving this lease that we can, ourselves and our family, our children can live a little more comfortable on this land.
The 49-acre Adelphi Estate was purchased by the Assembly in 2008 for an estimated $13 million. The 199-year lease is transferable to the children of the recipients. I'm Kern de Freitas for Let's Talk Tobago.
There are vendors at the airport who sell locally made sugar cake, Benny ball, nut cake, fudge, and preserved fruit delicacies, which are favored by local, regional, and international tourists. Try some when you're passing through. You're sure to be satisfied. Now let's put that behind us for a moment and focus on this project aimed at making one village disaster ready. Have a look at this story.
The scenic village of Mariah, located on the northern side of Tobago, with homes tucked away on hilly terrain. And because of that terrain, the village is prone to landslides. That's the reason for the Safe Shelter Through Landslide Mitigation project. It's a partnership featuring Habitat for Humanity, the Tobago House of Assembly, and the High Commission of Canada to Trinidad and Tobago. It's aimed at making the village disaster ready.
Habitat for Humanity have not rested after completing this project, but have successfully applied for the fund again, this time for the wonderful community of Moriah. As you are aware, this $85,000 contribution will help support the community with a series of activities especially focused on landslide.
The community also has its part to play in the project. The villagers will also construct retaining walls in the area.
When you see this beautiful little community and all the beautiful houses are niched into the mountain, then you think also that risk comes with it. So it is anticipated that the family and vulnerable people in the community will then be much more safer.
It's an initiative the THA fully supports, especially with the community's involvement in the project.
We are so pleased to have this initiative where the Tobago House of Assembly can make some kind of contribution towards the restoration, reconstruction of retaining walls and so on. But the full cost isn't borne by the Tobago House of Assembly. The community chips in with its sweat equity. We get organizational support from Habitat for Humanity and from our Canadian friends. And the Tobago House of Assembly is basically a partner in this project.
A rainwater resting system will also be constructed to help provide a more secure supply during drought. I'm Caroline Wallace for Let's Talk Tobago.
When we come back from the break, we take a look at Tobago's athletes at the Carifta Games. Stay with Let's Talk Tobago.
Going to Barbados? Why continue to pay high prices when you can get there for only US $231.95, all taxes included? Yes, you heard right. You can now travel to Barbados from Tobago for a mere US $231.95 on Gold's weekly service. So if you're going to Barbados for business, the golf, beach, crop over, or attending university, stop wasting your money on those other high-priced airlines and get there for a fraction of the cost. To book, just log on to www.vogel.com.br. Barbados just got closer.
Crown Point is in the far south of Tobago, the part of the island closest to the sister isle of Trinidad, with just 22 miles separating here and Toco in Trinidad. Now, the Tobago junior athletes made us proud as they represented the island in the Carifta Games. They brought home a few significant medals, and here's that story from Kern de Freitas.
In sport, especially for junior competitors, development of athletes is more important than winning. Tobago's athletes continue to show their growth on the field and in bringing home medals as well. At the 2016 Carifta Games, they accounted for 5 of Trinidad and Tobago's 14 medals, including 2 of 3 gold.
I think the performances was great. What we had to look at, for instance, we had 4 new people, right? And normally when athletes new when they go into the Carifta, they don't know what to expect. So I think that a couple of them did their personal best, which I think is one of the greatest thing that could ever happen. Your personal best, because sometimes you're not bound to win. But once you do your personal best, I think that is a great achievement. And then we had people like Tyreek who break the record, the Carifta Games record. We had Akani Hislop who would have run away with the 200. And we had the 3 bronze medalists, Asha James, Chelsea James, and Ania Keeley.
The results are a great source of motivation for one athlete who took bronze in the heptathlon.
In Trinidad and Tobago, you win an event and you think, you're good, and then you go out there and it's like a whole different experience. You're competing against different countries and it's like something that I would imagine. And it makes you think that, you have to go back home and you have to train and work because you don't just want to be the best in your country, you want to be the best in the Caribbean.
Tariq Horsford broke his own record in the under-18 javelin competition with a 73-meter throw to take home gold. He says his coaches have helped him progress, as well as support from his hometown.
Everybody in my whole village, Paltavia, they support me throughout the tough times, hard times that I have, but they're still there behind me, keep on pushing me. My uncle, Andrew Green, my sister, Rhonda, Daniel, mother, Eileen Daniel, father Dave Horsford. And the other siblings, they keep on pushing me. I have few people that not really family, but we call them family. They keep pushing me as well, and I really thank them for that.
The athletes got support from the Division of Education, Youth Affairs and Sport. I'm Kern de Freitas for Let's Talk Tobago.
Storbay is a 5-minute walk from the airport and is one of Tobago's most visited beaches by visitors from the sister isle and people looking for a quick swim or to pass time before catching a flight. The facility here is popular for its local cuisine, particularly crab and dumpling, a must-have for locals and visitors alike. But your experience at this facility is about to get even better as a children's play park will be added and the food booths upgraded. The Storbay Beach facility was not the only place to be over the Easter weekend. And in this report, we take you to another popular event which moved the crowds in a spiritual way. Let's take a look.
For the past 33 years at Easter time, downtown Scarborough has been filled with music. And this year, Sunfest got going with the voices of the People's Pentecostal Light and Life Carolers. The event was headlined by several singers in the local gospel fraternity, and the crowd thoroughly enjoyed the performances. The worshippers were reminded of the importance of such events, especially at Easter.
Dr. Frank and the secretary indicated that we have a responsibility to understand the meaning of Easter, and not only to understand it, but to live it. And I am always comforted by the fact that regardless of what happens in the rest of Tobago, at this place, 3 nights in succession, we ensure that God is in Easter, and we ensure that we celebrate Easter in the way that it should be celebrated.
They were also encouraged to continue making a difference in society.
I'm saying to the church and churchgoers here today that we must persevere in finding innovative ways to reach the people and touch their hearts and transform their minds, because that is what it will take. We need a transformation. We must begin to care about each other more, to give more of ourselves in our family lives, communities, and on the job. Have the courage to follow our passion and use the gifts that God has given all of us.
The Tobago House of Assembly is a major sponsor of the event. I'm Cooney Freitas for Let's Talk Tobago.
The Sorbet Craft Market has 35 vendors with an assortment of beach clothing, art, craft, and jewelry. Have fun shopping the next time you visit the area. So we take a step away from the craft market to divert your attention to the night market. It was hosted for a 3-day period, allowing Tobago's entrepreneurs to market their products. This report has all the details. Take a look.
It was the perfect place for visitors and locals to buy craft, local products and cuisine.
The Night Market and Craft Exposition 2016 is an opportunity for local artisans to promote and sell their products in an open environment. The artisans that we have would have been persons that are specialty in different areas. For example, in craft, we have soap and candle, we have leather craft persons, we have natural jewelry. In other areas, we would have had a food court with persons selling local cuisines, pones, sauces, local ice cream, and even fruits and vegetables.
The initiative was started to promote Tobago's culture, services, and, of course, food. The division aims to visit various communities and to collaborate with village councils to host the night market. I'm Caroline Wallace for Let's Talk Tobago.
Coming up, the highlights on 2 of the most popular events on the island from Easter weekend. See you on the other side of the break.
Hey! Why don't you step into the Scarborough Library facility? It has all the knowledge of our land, people and heritage that you just won't find online. The Scarborough Library facility is now open. Tobago Library Services. Information inspires innovation.
There are many activities at the Torbay Beach facility, but the top one is hopping onto a glass-bottom boat bound for Buku Reef and the Nylon Pool. Now pay attention to this. The Mount Pleasant Sports and Family Day, as well as the Buku Goat and Crab Race, are 2 of the most important Easter events in Tobago. Here's Kimberly Job to make a case as to why you need to be in Mount Pleasant and Buku next year.
Jockeys and goats darting across the finish line, children having fun, Lots to eat and drink. This is Easter Monday in Tobago, Mount Pleasant to be specific. The family fun day brings visitors from across the globe to watch the indigenous goat racing and to enjoy some fun and relaxation. The much anticipated goat races had many on the edge of their seats as a number of races ended in photo finishes. The day also brings about the best of athletes who seek to claim bragging rights and top prizes. And what would the day be without a thrilling showcase of style and beauty by the young queens?
Pink, blue, yellow, orange, green represents our nation bright and colorful.
Less than 24 hours later, the action continued at Buku with the Goat and Crab Race Festival. The day began with a parade through the streets of Buku and ending at the Buku Integrated Sporting Facility. Fans from as far as Europe, America and Canada came with expectant hearts to experience the much touted races. Cheers as the goats scampered across the finish line. As is customary, many of the visitors tried their skills with the crab races.
Ready, set, go! All right, this crab. Hey, you wait. Second and third.
Those present were extremely pleased with the event, raving that it is indeed like no other experienced.
It's great. My first day in Tobago, and I guess I got lucky. I didn't know this was happening, so I just my flight just came in, and I came down here. And
well, so far at Buku, it's going really nice. It's a fun day, bouncy castle, and the children are having fun. That's the main idea.
It's a great day. Great food, great goat racing, good happy people everywhere, and good weather.
Well, this come like a national festival here in Tobago, you know, so it is right for each and every native of Tobago to be here.
From the Division of Community Development and Culture, I'm Kimberly Job for Let's Talk Tobago.
The Sorbet Beach facility also caters to the physically challenged as there are wheelchair accessible bathrooms, change rooms with handrails, and a wheelchair access ramp which takes you to the beach itself. Other features here include bathroom facilities with lockers which are available for rent as some visitors visit the beach directly before or after a flight with luggage in hand. Now, sports is one major event which often brings people and communities together. Our next report gives some insight on villagers of Mason Hall and what they were up to around the Easter vacation. Here's more.
They're the reciprocating Mason Hallians, and every Easter they host the 7th Cricket Fiesta to bring the community together and to recognize those who have made sterling contributions to the area.
I could remember names like Herman Henry, Philip Price, Durbin Crooks, Geronimo Kwashi, and so many others. And what it did, it brought the entire community together. And I want to say that this is the purpose and the idea of us coming together as past players, as business people, as people whom Mason Hall has served. And we believe that this, we should give back to the community. And it's occasions like these, it's opportunities like these that we use to do so.
The group was commended for its commitment to the celebrations at a time when there are many events on the island.
Really heartened that you all have consistently decided to keep this program here.
despite that you know Mount Pleasant is going to take a lot of persons, but you have hold on and it never let it dawn to your mind. So congratulate yourself for continue doing what you do.
The village has also maintained its reputation of being a close-knit community.
I am very proud of what has happened in Mason Hall. And I'm not here just speaking about the physical infrastructure. I'm not just here speaking about the lights and the field and the schools and the roads, etc. I'm speaking one about what has developed among the people of Mason Hall, and more importantly, the potential that Mason Hall still has. Because when you compare Mason Hall to a number of districts in Tobago, the environment in Mason Hall is much more dynamic, many more activities are taking place, and the people are much more cohesive than in many other districts.
The occasion was also used to honor Mason Hall's former outstanding sportsmen of the 1970s. I'm Kearney Freitas for Let's Talk Tobago.
It's Have Your Say time, and we want to hear some of your creative solutions to our question this week. We asked, what are your thoughts on the future of West Indies cricket? Let's take a look at what some of you had to say.
I see a bright future for West Indies cricket. That could help to put aside all the pulling and tugging between selectors and all this craziness.
Indies cricket would be very good if the board and they do the right thing.
Regardless to if it's Grenada, St. Vincent, St. Lucia, it doesn't matter where the player come from, even Trinidad and Tobago, right? I think that they should select based on performance.
For the level of T20, there are plenty prospect. In terms of the other forms, we're not too sure.
I think the future looks bright. I don't know about the 50 overs so much, but we are becoming a big super giant of the T20.
Once we can get together as a body, I think we can form a proper unit to beat anybody in the world.
They can let you know if you're sick or not. But somehow I personally feel that our cricket is safe.
As always, we thank you for watching. Email us with your comments or queries about the program, and be sure to visit our website. Like us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel. From our house to yours, I'm Davia Chambers, along with the Department of Information, Office of the Chief Secretary, Tobago House of Assembly, wishing you a safe and productive week. We close now with footage from the Easter Bonnet Parade.